Zionism is self-determination for Jews in our indigenous homeland, support for that. If you support any self-determination for any historically oppressed or persecuted group, that is a liberal position.
The BDS movement idea of boycotting Israel is a brilliant idea, terrible but brilliant idea for them, because in this way they're saying we need to boycott Israel, which means we can't have any connection with Israel, we can't even let Israel make a case for or argue in any way. So this anti-normalization, it's what they called it, is a brilliant way to shut us down and make sure that our case will not even be heard. And it's not just out of the blue. It's not just happened this way. It's there was a process. There was planning, and after years of promoting those ideas, today we are in a situation that is very dangerous.
Harmful triggers for the Palestinian community here.
Israel is the only country in the Middle East that will have a gay pride parade. It's the only country in the Middle East where women are free to live their lives as equal citizens as men. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on about how Israel is the most democratic and the most liberal of countries in the Middle East. And so that is the country that you should be supporting. Why don't you support those ideals in a country that is trying to, to lead its people with these ideals? If I say something positive about Israel, I get attacked at least, 10 times, if not 100 times more than if I say something negative about Muhammad or Islam.
I don't care what they put on me. The government is my enemy. The powerful Jews are my enemy.
The Women's March of America and a renowned bigot. It was like putting a time bomb inside of something that was about to blossom. This is not an issue that just came about. It's an issue that people have been trying in the best way possible to keep sweeping under a rug, because the issue of women's rights is important enough for people to try to compromise, and at some point they can't any longer. Just seems kind of logical, common sense, that you wouldn't accept anybody who has a serious bigotry issue into your progressive movement. Then you have to look at Sarsour.
What up, New York City?
And now it is our time to stand up against what is happening in Palestine, against the Palestinian people. This is the cause for our generation.
The right of return for Palestinians to decimate Israel is the cause of our generation. What does it have to do with women in America that marched?
Is it your view that Israel has a right to exist as a nation?
I have said many times that I feel everyone has a right to exist. I feel everyone has a right to exist. I just don't feel that anyone has a right to exist at the disposal of another group. That's it.
And in your view, does that include Israelis in Israel?
I believe that all people have the right to exist, and that Palestinians are also suffering with a great crisis, and that there are other Jewish scholars who will sit here and say the same. And I'm done talking about this, so you can move on.
So, okay, I get it, you don't want to say it. I just don't think it
are-
requires scholarly knowledge to be able to say that Israel has a right to exist.
Again, I believe everyone has the right to exist.
So these were not at all the kinds of people that I wanted to be marching behind.
Linda Sarsour and a lot of these women who were chosen by the Women's March, we were opposed to their leadership because they divide. They do not bring us together. And, they also have their own hidden agendas, and we want to expose that.
I am an unapologetic, pro-BDS, one-state solution supporting, resistance supporter here in the U.S.
How can you romanticize nonviolence when you have a state that is at all moments waging war against you, against your bodies, poisoning your water, limiting your access to water, locking up your children, killing you? We can't romanticize resistance. Give us what justice requires, and that is a free Palestine from the river to the sea. Thank you for your time. From the river to the sea. Thank you for your time.